Hi, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZS News for the week of April 12th, 2021. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And I'm your co-host, Claire. Let's jump right into some Detroit Zoological Society updates. What do we have this week, Stephen?
Well, to get started, Claire, how do you feel about bats?
I love bats.
Awesome. I love them too, and I also appreciate them. That's why I'm very excited for this Saturday, which is Bat Appreciation Day. What does that mean? Well, one of the things that you'll notice is that on our social media, we'll be airing and re-airing some bat-related content so that you can learn more about bats, learn how amazing they are in terms of their roles in ecosystems, as well as the fact that regardless of that, they just have intrinsic value and are pretty cool.
Just a reminder to all of you out there looking for an opportunity to spend a little bit more time at the zoo, we are still hiring. We're looking for guest relation associates. We are looking for members of our park safety team, our partners at Service Systems Associates who do all of the retail and concessions at the zoo. They're also looking to hire wonderful people. So if you're looking to spend a little bit more time here with all of us, jump on the zoo's website, dzoo.org / guest relations for the guest relations specific one, or detroitzoo.org for all of our job postings. And we would love to have you here at the zoo this season.
So next up, exciting news. We have been offering 5 animal live cams throughout the year, and we have a new one. We have now the 5th animal live cam. It's a cam of the peregrine falcon nest box up on the Detroit Zoo's water tower. And if you go to the Detroit Zoo's website, detroitzoo.org, you'll see a link that'll take you right there. You can watch the falcons. And this year it's not the 2 falcons who had been here previously last year and had their their children who ended up flying off. It's 2 new falcons, and so it's interesting to see what kind of personalities they'll show and what stories we'll have to tell about them this summer.
Yeah, it was a really fantastic opportunity last year to watch the falcons on that live cam, and I'm just so excited that it's back up, that 2 falcons have decided to move in and look like they're exhibiting some interest in nesting behaviors. So I'm really excited to watch this over the next several weeks to months and see how this all evolves. So thank you to whomever crawled up on the top of the water tower to install the camera, and to our bird department who put the nesting box up there. Thank you for your fearlessness as far as heights go to make sure you can provide this opportunity to the entire community. We've been providing updates now for several weeks, if not several months, on Solaire's new habitat space. They are in the final stages here, I promise. Our curator of reptiles, Jeff, sent over this video so we could check out how the space looks. They have filled the pool. The waterfall is running. They're making some minor tweaks to the pool and the waterfall, but we are very, very close to having Solaire be able to come out and explore his new habitat. And again, when that happens, we will video it and we will share it all with you. So we're looking forward to that very soon.
It's coming soon. I know that everyone's been patient. We really appreciate your patience. But this is all just to make sure that this is a super high quality habitat. We don't want to cut any corners at the last minute. We want to make sure that it's quality, because we know that the care is quality. And so we want to make sure that those two, the workmanship, the care for Solaire, the welfare considerations, all are top notch.
Yeah, and hopefully shortly after Solaire moves into his space, the Holden Reptile Conservation Center will again open to the public, so you can all come through and see it in person.
All right, Claire, back to you for our feature story.
All right, this is very exciting. We are in the process of searching for a new mayor of Amphibiville. So we are looking for a new candidate to leap into this office sometime this summer. And Amphibiville is also known as the National Amphibian Conservation Center, which is the space that includes many naturalistic habitats for a spectacular diversity of frogs, toads, salamanders, newts, and caecilians. And it highlights the critical role that they play in our environment. So we actually interviewed Trinity, who's our outgoing mayor. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking to her about amphibian conservation and World Frog Day, I believe it was. And she has done an incredible job. She's a 2-term mayor and has achieved many accolades. So we thank her so much for her service, and we are looking forward to seeing who our next mayor of Amphibiville will be. So candidates need to be 7 to 12 years old. They need to live in Michigan, and we're asking for an essay of 100 words or fewer describing what they can do to help amphibians. And we're going to need all of those essays by April 30th. You can send them to social media at dzs.org, or you can mail them to the zoo with Mayor of Amphibiville in the zoo's address line there. And there's a little bit more information in a press release and available online at detroitzoo.org, so you can get all of the details. But our new Mayor of Amphibiville will have a plaque inscribed with their name in the National Amphibian Conservation Center. It's a 2-year term of office, and their family will receive a membership to the Detroit Zoo. So if you know someone who might be interested in this fantastic opportunity, please direct them to detroitzoo.org for a little bit more information.
And I will say that if this is something that you're interested in, but maybe you feel like you haven't done enough to help amphibians, realize that this is part of the role here, is that it gives somebody the opportunity to have a platform to do more good. And so, really don't sell yourself short in terms of actions that you are taking. And if you are curious about other things that you can do to help amphibians, definitely check out our virtual vitamin Z offerings. We've had a lot of videos about frogs, salamanders, toads, and those are all not just providing information about these animals, but also tips to take action to help them. So feel free to check those out as you write those essays too.
That's a great point, Stephen. Thanks for sharing that. Teachers too, if you know students who might be interested, please consider that. All right, let's jump into our virtual education program preview for the week. It's my favorite time because I get to see what's happening all week. As always, we are starting off the week here on Monday morning with DZS News. This is episode 15 for the year.
Next up on Tuesday, April 13th, it is Saving Wildlife, the series. The topic is polar bear conservation.
On Wednesdays, we'll be doing a virtual habitat chat featuring Bat Appreciation Day, as we talked a little bit about previously in this episode.
And we should say again, Bat Appreciation Day is scheduled for Saturday, but we appreciate them so much that we just can't do it all in one day. So if you're like that, be sure to tune in on a Wednesday. On Thursday, April 15th, the animal welfare tale will be about Tartula snails.
And we'll be wrapping up the week with our Friday special series, which is focusing on Citizen Science Month. And Erin will be sharing more information about the Butterfly Network, which is just in time. I actually saw one of my first butterflies for 2021 while I was out gardening this weekend. So it's time. And she'll be sharing with us how we can be involved in tracking different species in the areas around us.
Speaking of gardening and speaking of butterflies, be sure to also check out the Belle Isle Nature Center's virtual backyard, which offers video lessons and quick tips on things like gardening, building a pollinator garden, helping butterflies in your backyard. It's definitely worth a look.
And a reminder that our virtual learning labs are available both for homeschool and for traditional classroom settings. Check out the variety of different programs that we have available there. We're seeing an increase in calls as we near the end of the school year, where typically schools might be coming out to visit us at the zoo. That's not really a possibility this year. So if you're still looking for some virtual vitamin Z for your classroom, please let us know. We'd be happy to schedule a virtual learning lab and engage with you and your students, and share that with teachers too. So if you're in the PTA, if you're a parent, you have kids at school, please share that information out.
All right, that is all for this week, everybody. As always, thank you so much for joining us, and stay healthy, Detroit.